Oh, you want to see something cool? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Step into the scene! No, nobody can do it like me. Zoop house plate with the kick cuisine. I was the blacktop king. 360s in my green machine. I was a kid and I was breaking down doors. Listening to time, now we on a world tour. We gave him hell and now we gonna give him more. JVB, Mighty Morphin like Megazord. Yo, power like Ranger, range like Rover, strong bulldozer. Autobots roll out, hit the scene. Fresh wax on the paint, it's clean. Pull the gang, light up the tires. The JC's popping and spitting out fire. Never retire, stare and admire. My drip don't expire. Oh my God, that is fire. Wide awake, the fever burns. Sweat it out, wait my turn. Can you hear the drumming? There's a revolution coming. All this doubt is creeping in, inside out, shed my skin. Can you hear the drumming? There's a revolution coming. I've been waiting all my life to live when I've only been dreaming. Get love when I've only been stealing. Can't let time keep passing me by. Run down what I've always been chasing. Block out every fear I've been facing. All my wounds begin to howl. Wake me up, the time is now. Can you hear the drumming? There's a revolution coming. Wild things that turn me on, drag my dark into the dawn. Can you hear the drumming? There's a revolution coming. Body aches, I'm bound in chains, but there's a fire in my veins. Yeah. Can you hear the drumming? There's a revolution coming. Like every king who lost the crown, and all those years are history now. Can you hear the drumming? There's a revolution coming.
Go. This video on First Updates Now is made possible by viewers like you and also the following sponsors. If your team is using SolidWorks, make sure you log into the 3D Experience platform to gain access to tutorials, collaborate with other users, and download the Charge Up field and kit up parts. Go to solidworks.com/first and click on Log into 3D Experience platform to gain access. At Kettering University, over 30% of the student population was in high school robotics. These same students have received a portion of over $7 million in scholarships. Scholarship applications for FIRST students are now available. Get more information at kettering.edu/first. The Charged Up competition season is here. We have a ton of live Twitch and YouTube content coming to you. All of our uploads and archives, including shows, behind the bumpers, Finalysis, and more, are available at youtube.com/firstupdatesnow. Check out all of our FRC live shows, including FRC Recap and FRC Roundup on Mondays, and the FRC Top 25 on Tuesdays at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. All live shows are archived to YouTube.
Yeah, so I do love how literally that whole lineup was Michigan, but I do love how the first two teams basically had opposing names. And anyway, so I'm impressed with the amount of just solid-looking robots that we're seeing out of this group, especially with so many high numbers. But first up, we had the Twisted Devils. I wanted to make sure I didn't confuse them with the upcoming team, the Angels, but I thought they looked really good. Their intake grips both pieces really well. I really enjoyed watching this reveal video of this robot just like gliding around the field like it was skating. I also really love how that cone just snaps right into place there. But I am curious to see how teams like this, and we have seen and will see more kind of like pink arms and grippers like this, but how they're going to do like with the 5 other robots on the field when they get to play. But I thought it was a great robot. Tyler, any thoughts?
Notes for the last 3, so no.
So good. So clean.
Christine, you want to go to the next one?
Yep. So next team, we had 44-22 Twisted Angels. My notes here are Pinchy, Rollclaw, and they, I feel like, could play some really smart defense, but I really love how it just pinches and then places so accurately right over the peg. And I feel like that's going to allow for some great accuracy during autonomous and just placement in general. We saw Tyler and I were sitting together at week 0, and we saw a lot of misplacements. It's pretty easy to miss, but I feel like their kind of rolly pincher intake is going to do really well. And a big body frame like that is going to play some really great defense, even just getting in the way of other teams and getting game pieces out of the way of other teams. And then this robot I was really excited to see. Gems is a pretty frequent flyer last year in top 25, and by the end of this video, definitely was impressed with what they've had so far. There's a lot of custom intaking components. We saw an awesome spindexer and some really cool custom tread rollers, and it looks like a really cool handoff system that's going to be kind of getting pieces up and onto the pegs. But I really love the look of the spindexer. I'm curious to see how it does at their events this year and how that looks like they have some really cool looking floor intake that goes right into the spindexer and then into the handoff. So another good looking robot from Gems this year, and excited to see them play in Michigan. And then after that, we had 3322 Eagle Evolution. I loved the really unique cone funnel that they had in the cone elevator and cone indexing funnel on the elevator. Definitely a one-of-a-kind system. And that placement, we'll see if that actually holds up. I do love how they're using their pinchers, like the compliance wheels, as like pinchers though. So
let's move on to digital Dislocators 6081. I'm going to comment when I do my stuff. I'm going to focus a little more on the video than I think the robot in many cases. But just wanted a big shout out to, because I love the shout out to the videographers too, right? So dropping the beat hard, showcasing the priorities and little Pilates, I think, as well too. Like their cone catching mechanism, delivery method looks really smooth in their shots. So I love this part right here, dropping in. Seems like that's really a smooth process for them. Obviously you might get your cycle times a little bit slower, so love to see how they're going to try to speed those up. But I do love these kind of dual shots here, as long as you're not overused. These are cool shots to show off, for like the 6 shot that they do as well too. So shout out to digital Dislocators 6081. Next up, we have Titans 3767. Interesting intake that grabs cones from the inside. This is something in FTC that's pretty common that we've seen this year with their cones. Not as common with FRC robots this year, so pretty cool to see for that. They seem to be a little more specialized, grabbing from the ground as well too. So like that as well. Shots-wise, a couple of decent shots showing off what the robot can do for things. I'm never a huge fan of just like the spinny robot thing personally, but I don't know. I love seeing
Victory
stuff.
spins.
Yeah, right. Well, wait till you win first, right? So,
Yeah, right.
so, but yeah, still a cool looking robot with the arm. Looking to see how they can get those cycle times even faster. We're going to wind up. 7211 Hollywood is a team that I've definitely had my eye on. They had a great rookie year. I think it was back in 2019, and looking to be continually good every single year. They have a great theming to their robot. They do the whole, they're out of Hollywood, Michigan, but they do the whole like over the top Hollywood like effect on their pits and stuff like that I've seen. So that's really cool. Still getting some of their tuning in, I know, as I see this video, but looking to see how they get spit up and starting to look like they could be another top contender in first in Michigan. This video on First Updates Now is made possible by viewers like you and also the following sponsors. At Kettering University, over 30% of the student population was in high school robotics. These same students have received a portion of over $7 million in scholarships. Scholarship applications for FIRST students are now available. Get more information at kettering.edu/first. If your team is using SolidWorks, make sure you log into the 3D Experience platform to gain access to tutorials, collaborate with other users, and download the Charge Up field and kit up parts. Go to solidworks.com/first and click on Log into 3D Experience platform to gain access. If you want to join us for future fun streams, don't forget to click that follow button and turn on notifications so you know when we're live. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. View archives and unique content at youtube.com/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.